John Heyman putting out a little more info on the battle royale that is taking place in New York City between the Yankees and the Mets. I'm friends with John, so I can make fun of him because on the tweet, it does not say royale. Do you notice that?
Battle Rotel.
Rotel. For a second, I was like, is he getting fancy on me?
Did you look up
what
Rotale?
Is a Rotel? No, I knew. John would be the first to say he is not always super clean with his tweets. There's a typo here and there. But anyway, the Mets and Yankees are both going hard for Yamamoto. I just want to make sure we give enough attention to the second most coveted free agent on the market. Not necessarily saying that there are as many teams going after Yamamoto as some of the other free agents, but that's only because there are many teams that are looking at the price tag and the amount of interest he has from big market teams that are going to spend, and they're like, yeah, I'm not balling with them. I mean, he's getting $200+ million easy. In my mind, like I keep ticking up the number that I think he'll get. I think he might get like $235 million. He can be a number one from day one, and he's 25 years old. And the one other layer here, Kratz, I know we've talked about this, and this is my conspiracy theory, but the New York Mets this past season had a super disappointing year. They spent a lot of money. They had horses at the top of their rotation, like Scherzer and Verlander, and pretty quickly we realized as a baseball world that this team was not going to be playoff bound. The Mets realized that too and said, hey, we need to improve our farm system. They made trades that really helped them out in that department. They got quality prospects for Verlander and Max Scherzer. They had to convince them that they should accept a trade because they both had no trade clauses. I do think part of the conversation was like, hey, we might take a step back next year. In my mind, I think you have to tell someone what they need to hear for them to feel comfortable closure to take a trade like that and not say, you know what, actually, I want to be with you in 2024. If I'm one of those players and I now see it's fine for JV and Max, it's fine. It worked out. But if I'm one of them and I now see they're going after Yamamoto, and if he is as good as advertised and he's a 1 and maybe even a Cy Young contender year 1 with him and Senga at the top of a rotation and the Mets do bounce back, they could be a wild card team. I don't think they're winning a division, but they could be a wild card team. So I don't think that's taking a step back from 2023 when they were pretty terrible and they won 70 something games. That would be a pretty big step forward in my mind.
Are you saying that they lied to Verlander
I think they kind of said what they needed them to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because to you, is that taking a step back? Spending $230 million on the top pitcher available? Put Ohtani in a different category and he's not pitching next year.
Yeah, but it's you're not getting a pitcher for 1 year. It's 7 years. You're not getting Yamamoto for less than 7, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 8. So why is that? There's plenty of teams that the Nats signed Jason Worth. They weren't like, we're winning this year because we got Jason Worth. We're moving in a direction. I don't think they're deviating from what. Now, if they go out and sign Yamamoto and they get Ohtani,
that's not a step back.
It's not a step back, but it's also not. They're not. To me, if they told Verlander and Scherzer, we are not winning next year, we are looking to build for the future, that is what they need to hear to get out of there, 100%. But I don't think signing a guy that's 25 years old long term is like, boom, we got it now. We're winning this year. To me, I think they're great, but they know they have to build an absolute juggernaut to compete with the Marlins, who made the playoffs and have awesome starting rotation. The Mets are the team that needs to put their name back in there.
You don't think would you be shocked if the Mets won more games than the Marlins? Braves and Phillies are probably going to be in a different category.
Would I be shocked?
Especially if they get someone like Yamamoto.
Yeah, because they still don't have a lineup.
They have a lineup.
The Mets?
They have Pete Alonso,
Francisco Lindor,
Francisco
Brandon Nimmo.
McNeil, Alvarez, the catcher?
Yeah.
They got their lineups.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
I don't I don't.
Whose lineup would you rather have, the Marlins or the Mets?
Mets. Easy. It's not even close.
So then Yamamoto puts that. It's not even close. I get that.
And the Marlins don't have Soler coming up for next year right now, and I don't think they're re-signing him.
No. Where would they find the money?
The Marlins are about to be the Rays.
But has Yamamoto pushed them, one pitcher, 32 starts, push them to a playoff team?
Maybe.
Edwin Diaz comes back?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. This is my whole point. My whole point with this was just that when that happened months back, remember I was saying it, I was just like, I don't know if they're going to take a step back. I was like,
never going to
make a case they're probably going to be better next year. I'm just saying, I think, I'm not saying like, ooh, I duped you, we're actually good. Because, again, Max won a World Series. We had him on recently. Like, he's not trading the situation back, right? It's not like he's going, oh, screw the Mets. I want to be back on the Mets again.
So is Verlander?
No.
I think Verlander wanted to be in New York. I do. I believed those reports. And I think they were like, hey, dude, like you're at the point in your career where you don't want to be a part of a team that we know this year stinks. And then in 2024, we might not do that much. I mean, the guy that was telling them that, it was a little bit of Steve Cohen, but also Billy Epler. He's not even with the team anymore anyway. So I don't know, just throwing it out there. So I'm not knocking anything. I like this for them. I like this for any team that has money.
Totally.
He's 25. Yamamoto is a dream free agent for most people.
Totally. But if they don't get him, are they trading Alonso? Like the reports had come out and said possibly trading Alonso. But if they don't get him now, they have extra money to pay Alonso.
They have
money.
Limitless money.
They have limitless money.
My whole thing with this is if you're Yamamoto, whoever leaked this is fucking genius.
Why?
Because you want every other team to say, oh, no, the Yankees and the Mets are involved. Price just goes. Because every other team is now like, oh, no, the Yankees are involved. The Mets are involved. Hell, I want the Cubs involved. I want the Dodgers involved. I want every big market team involved if you're a free agent. If you're the agent, make it up. I'm not saying this is what happened here, but slip a little note to Mike Vaccaro and be like, hey, we got a call from the Yankees today about Scooter Brown to be a pitcher.
You say that happens?
Yeah, maybe. Just to maybe up the value just a little bit, because the Red Sox now are like, oh, shit, the Yankees are in, right? The Braves like, oh, shit, the Mets. The Phillies like, oh, we got Nola, but the Mets are trying to get Yamamoto and maybe Shohei. Like that as much as teams say it doesn't matter, those big market teams, now it's gone down a little bit, but there used to be like panic signings from especially like Yankees, Red Sox when it was the all-out spending war. Red Sox would sign somebody, the Yankees like, well, shit, we got to sign somebody, and they just throw money at some dude. So it definitely happens. It's just it's on a lesser scale now. But listen, this is only good for Yamamoto. You want all the big market teams involved. If I'm his agent, I don't know who his agent is. I'm telling everybody, Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, yeah. Oh, Cubs, yeah.
Giants
made a huge offer. Oh, yeah,
if the Giants don't get Shohei Ohtani, I mean, I would think that they're going super hard for Yamamoto and obviously some type of bat. Bellinger.
Snell, dude, Giants. Now to me, Snell would be a good fit in the Giants because we talked about it yesterday, like how they manage their workload. He's like a 5 to 6 inning guy every time. Giants love those guys.
Yeah. I need to see him not be a 5 to 6 inning guy.
Well, I agree, but he has never been.
But the team,
he got 2 Cy Youngs in his back pocket,
and he doesn't take himself out of games anyway.
Yeah, he throws 120 pitches in 6 innings too.
Let me go. Let me play. The numbers go better the more he pitches. Anyway.
So just throwing that out there.
By the way, the best thing is Derek, our behind the scenes guy, is a big Yankees fan.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, they're Yamamoto, Shohei, Jordan Montgomery. I'm like, now for me, Jordan Montgomery, if I'm him, unless they overpay me a lot to go, they ship me out with such bad juju. Oh, he's not going to be on the playoff roster, so we're shipping him out, and then he just goes out and dominates in the postseason. Like, it would take a lot of money if I'm Jordan Montgomery to go back to the Yankees. Yes, they'd have to so overpay me.
Yeah, you would hold that animosity.
I would try to freaking milk every dollar I could out of him.
Well, I think he's going to do that anywhere.
Yeah, but I'm saying if it came down to if there was 2 teams, say the Rangers make him, I don't know, these are just random numbers. 5 years, 100, right? And the Yankees offer him 5 years.
That. Yeah,
I know these are just easy numbers. 5 years, 100. Yankees go 5 years, 100. mean, the Rangers is probably a bad example, but the Giants go 5 years 100, Yankees go 5 years 100, and he's like, the Yankees. I don't know. Some people hold that stuff inside.
Yeah, I don't see him going to New York. I don't see him going back. That's just my take, but I think there's plenty of other teams interested.
Again,
but
his agent. You always want to drop that in there. You always want to drop
hell
that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those teams
New York teams are involved.
Yes, you
That's
always want
what
the
we're
New York
talking
teams
about here.
Just like the league drops in numbers on shows going, oh yeah, I just don't see how you pay more than $325 million for Shohei. Like, I just don't see. It's like, what? No, you put all that information out there, see what comes back.